While the calendar fades out, the K-pop scene is absolutely screaming. Ignore the glossy photos and schedule posts. There's a serious storm brewing backstage, fixated entirely on that one massive name dominating every single conversation right now. BLACKPINK coming back has the whole scene fans, suits, rivals panicking hard. Months of official radio silence birthed a chaotic mess of leaks and hushed rumors. But honestly, this quiet isn't just an accident. It feels totally calculated, like the calm before a massive war. Deep insiders started catching tiny clues hinting at a massive operation brewing in the shadows. Press whispers pointed to a January drop, while charts and award shows weirdly aligned, almost like they were clearing the deck for a royal arrival before it even hit. In this game, zero happens by chance. Unconfirmed info leaking out? That screams agency warfare, calculated spills, and a desperate race to spin the story before a rival grabs the mic. It's all about who controls the truth. The timing here is what makes this so explosive. Dropping tracks as the year starts isn't just content, it's a power move. It dictates the whole year's vibe, scares off rivals, and reminds everyone who is actually on top in a brutal world where you are irrelevant the second you stop making noise. With BLACKPINK, the wager is insane. Years of ruling the world means every breath gets analyzed, judged, and ranked not just by stans, but by suits who know exactly how fast that hype train can actually derail. But under that hype sits a grim truth. Craving a return means dumping, crushing, heavy weight right onto the girl's shoulders. It's not just about songs anymore, it's charts, image, stock prices, and secret boardroom wars fans never witness. With gossip moving faster than facts, a single question haunts us. Is this comeback actually what they want, or just another product of a greedy machine that refuses to ever let them rest? Think about it right now. To catch the real dirt beneath the press releases and see how this drop might totally flip the K-pop throne, you need to stick around. Smash that subscribe button, turn on alerts, and buckle up, because honestly, we are only scratching the surface of this wild saga. Everyone is obsessing over the group returning, but there's a quieter, thicker tension bubbling underneath the solo paths of each girl. In this cutthroat K-pop world, winning is almost never an equal opportunity game. If one girl blows up, knives come out, stories split, and that perfect sisterhood vibe gets strained. With eyes watching, the heat is on to prove they matter solo, not just as a team, while surviving a brutal machine that doesn't forgive any mistakes. Western validation is heavy. It's way more than just plastic awards or chart numbers. It dictates the luxury endorsements, the next big contract, and who the label decides to actually fund. When one girl gets global glory, the internal vibe shifts in ways stans never spot. Simple applause can spark ruthless math in the boardroom, deciding who is the new main character, who gets benched, and who is in danger of being totally forgotten in the dust. Real talk. Meanwhile, label shakeups and solo management choices are exposing serious cracks in the biz, building their own teams, pushing into foreign markets, and divorcing their own names from the group brand. That isn't just business logic, that is straight-up survival mode in a hostile game of fame. In a scene where idols must be flawless yet constantly evolving, control is the ultimate currency. And let me tell you, not everyone gets the same access to that power. Fans cheer for freedom, but the truth? It's complex. Going solo brings risk, loneliness, and a spotlight that burns way hotter than before. Every private post, random word, or tiny move becomes front-page news, twisted into gossip about betrayal, secret wars, or leaving forever. The business feeds on these stories because the suspense is exactly what keeps the crowd watching and clicking. With focus swinging from team love to solo greed, one fact is obvious. The nearer the return, the shakier the ground gets. And when that fragile piece finally snaps in K-pop, it almost never happens without a massive explosion. Even as return gossip ruled the news cycle, the cameras never really quit stalking the girls individually, and that non-stop glare exposed a whole new level of stress bubbling just under the skin. In this biz, going solo is a gift and a curse. A win brings applause, sure, but also judgment, ranking wars, and silent hate from shadowy industry figures who are obsessed with keeping their rank. When world charts, Face of the Year titles, and solo wins popped up, stans cheered, but the real ones knew the silent, crushing weight piling up backstage. Fame in K-pop isn't just for show. Trophies and lists dictate the ad money, contract muscle, and an idol's survival power way past their time in the group's spotlight. If a member blows up, the inside vibe changes fast, where the budget goes, whose calendar comes first, and how the story is spun. No yelling needed. The gap just widens silently, fed by outside hype and the brutal habit of comparing them non-stop. It is a toxic, quiet poison. Simultaneously, freedom became the new buzzword, launching their own labels, pushing global moves, and talking straight to the fanbase hinted at a low-key but massive change in the playbook. These moves were never just about freedom, they were about seizing control. Control of the image, the grind, and the pieces of soul they feed to a beast that never sleeps. But going solo carries danger, mainly in a regime built on team logos and obedience to the head office. It is a high-stakes bet that could cost them absolutely everything. Beneath the cute replies and sunny posts, deep burnout was hiding. Thinking about the insane agenda, world flights, and 24/7 cameras, the heaviness of what people demanded was just too big to shake off. In this game, even your sadness is content, and crying must be scripted perfectly. The border between being real and just doing your job gets way harder to see with every single post you make. As the entire industry spies on these moves, one thing is stark: the tale is no longer just about returning. It is about clout, self-rule, and the crushing weight a star can hold before something finally, inevitably shatters. While the team story played out, a fresh slice of drama heated up fast, showing exactly how love and rivalry live awkwardly together in this K-pop zoo. The girls backing each other look sweet and solid on the outside, but even those hugs were loaded with heavier secret meanings there. Public acts of sticking together are never just private. They are loud statements analyzed by the fans, the media, and the top dogs. In a wild world where the story flips in a second, showing unity is a safety move just as much as it is a moment of true feelings. Behind the curtain, the daily grind got crazier and more split up. Shooting stuff, global team-ups, and huge public showings put the idols in spots that felt a million miles from the K-pop structure they knew too well. Jumping into the Western mainstream grants access, but it also leaves stars open to fresh hazards, cultural eyes, corporate politics, and the drive to show they fit the giant arena. Each leaked team-up lit a fuse. Was it creative progress or just a strategic plot formed by the heavy weight of outside expectations? Theories went wild in this fog. A quick showing, a net interaction, or a single liked image twisted fast into plots regarding packs and upcoming signings. In K-pop, the image often hardens into truth long before the actual facts are ever proven true. Fans analyzed every shot in Twitch, while the labels stayed hush, letting the questions explode. That quiet, whether real or fake, drove the idea that something huge was being settled far beyond the crowd's limited view. But this jump had a nasty price. The bigger the beam, the less room for a trip or a pause. Idols stopped just repping themselves or the group, they became the avatars for a whole business's thirst. With every step up, the error zone shrank, and the urge to be flawless spiked to a terrifying, insane degree of absolute, total madness. As praise from A-listers and Western press got louder, a scary question popped up. How long can stars juggle world fame with the brutal needs of a machine that never, ever lets them go free for even one single second? When hype hits the ceiling, the last slice of this saga shows exactly how cruel the K-pop factory is. Prep never stops. Practice runs deep into the AM, concepts get scrapped and redone constantly, and every time they step out, it is a dangerous, calculated gamble with everything they built. What we see as fun is, for the girls, a torture test. Even bits meant to show off their style, solo stages, art shows, or special drops drag the heavy chain of needing to please and be judged by everyone now. The closer the spotlight moves in, the higher the cost of staying relevant. Performance rumors ignite pressure, stylist hints spark theories, and even silence becomes a message that must be decoded. In this game, stars must shock without flopping, change without losing their soul, and please both the OGs and the new world crowd. Every new drop pushes the limit up not just to win, but to literally stay alive in the savage industry. What nobody talks about is how fast love turns into greed. Support morphs into "you owe me," and waiting turns into pure rage. Idols get claps for being tough, but get dragged the very second they try to hit the brakes or rest. Behind every slick post hides a loop of panic, deals, and mental pain that never hits the news. The glitter stays out front, but the heavy, crushing weight just keeps piling up in silence. The curtains fall, exposing a raw reality. It's not merely songs or stardom. It is about power, demands, and the breaking point of idols forced to fake perfection for a world that's always lurking. Trust me, darling, the real drama has only just begun. Craving the juice before it hits the gossip blogs? To catch every twist and expose the secret feuds tearing apart K-pop's top idols, you better smash subscribe, heart this clip, and spill your tea below. Hit that bell, honey, stay close because the scandal about to drop is going to shatter their perfect world.